Okay, so here is the bridge. This is the top of the bridge. I've removed the saddles here. Flip it over, you can see I've removed the spring so you can kind of see what's going on. A little light in here. So right there's that stress fracture. Point it out here a little better. Okay, so here is the bridge removed. I've removed the saddles, and then this is where the spring fits in. So I've removed the spring so you can kind of see what's going on. Right now, here's the amount of travel you have, and you know, the basic problem is it's not coming back far enough. Here's the lever with the little tooth in it. I don't know if you see the little tooth there. So that is meant to hook on to this little guy right here. You can see that. And what's happening is it's not coming back far enough for that tooth to be able to engage. It just won't go far enough for it to engage. You could theoretically, I guess, do that number, but that's, you know, it's not. It's still able to travel. It's not working correctly. That's not actually fixed. So what's happening is this guy right here is hitting the base plate right here much too soon because it's bent, and you can see that stress fracture right here. I'll show you here real quick. I only put 2 screws in here so you can kind of see what's going on. So you see how this is angled back to the left. See, instead of being angled back to the left, this should be basically flush, you know, flat, straight up. It's got this crack in it right here, and you can see stress lines here. So I think if this could just be, you know, well, you know, you wouldn't be able to just grab pliers and push this back into place. It would just break off. But look at how thick this metal is. I mean, that's stout. Yeah, it's a very interesting bit of damage because you look at it as it's assembled. It didn't take a hit and go back this way. The damage would be, you know, in the other direction. It was this way, you know, or if the, you know, if you had the trem arm in and you were to knock it that way really hard, but that would damage a lot more than just this, I would think. So, how that happened, I would be very curious to find out, because you can see everything else is in really good shape. I pulled the bearings off, and these things are just free and silky and just as good as you could want. You know, the rollers on the saddles are, you know, they're a little discolored, but, you know, that's just age. They're moving freely. You know, everything else looks really new. And if you look, and it's a video and you can't really see too well, but if you look really close, it doesn't look like this has ever been used. You would think you'd see some scuff marks here from, you know, where the little tooth engaged it. But it sure doesn't look like that's ever even been used. But there you go. That's where we're at. Okay, I'm glad to say we've successfully gotten the trem repaired. I took it to a machine shop, or a friend of mine owns a motorcycle shop, and he has parts custom fabricated. This shop has access to a CNC machine, and they were actually able to cut out part that had the stress fracture and fabricate a whole new part out of titanium. And it's held in place with 2 screws, as you'll see in the videos to follow. It wasn't cheap, but it was far less than the prices you see for replacement trems, if you can even find them on the used market nowadays. Okay, fresh back from the machine shop, there is the new titanium tab. And it is just criminal that is going to be living in the bowels of the guitar where no one's ever going to see it, because that is just cool looking. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So there's a screw there, and there's a screw there. And that is all machined out of one piece of titanium. Check that out. He even used the same little spring stopper. See right there where the spring goes? Alright, I am getting ready to put it all back together and see if it works. Okay, so there we are, all reassembled, and you can see already there's going to be a lot more range there. Of course, there's a lot of tension going on right now, so it's a little hard to tell, but just look at that. That's all you're going to be able to see, and of course when the saddles go in, you're probably not even going to be able to see that, but that is just cool. Titanium. Yay! And there it is. So it locks into place beautifully, unlocks, and has plenty of range, and you can still kind of see it. So everything's working great right now, just as it should. Works great, sounds great. I guess we'll see how long it lasts. See you in a few years.